All right, we're talking about JJ, and from his previous assessments that were done, we went and uh, made a informal assessment. We found some holes with idioms, learning the concept of idioms, because students that have autism have difficulty with odd English sayings. And so what we did, we made um, a informal assessment that has a bunch of idioms. Some of the idioms are too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Since we are Indians here at Stillwell, we're actual Indians. Uh, it says useful as a screen door on a submarine. Uh, just obviously a submarine. But we went through this assessment and seen that JT had some holes with understanding idioms. So I believe this assessment worked really well to finding some holes, and that we are going to create some lesson plans and some IEPs for these specific goals. His behavior, JT is a great kid. His behavior during the assessment was perfect. There's no complaints with his behavior during the assessment. The score that the assessment yielded was he completed, he knew what 3 idioms were, and he didn't know what 5 different idioms were. So basically that is a weakness, and that's the kind of stuff that we're going to focus on during the lessons. The effectiveness of the assessment, we did find some holes. The English language is very hard to produce an informal assessment, so the weakness of the assessment is that you can't put every idiom that a person is going to come across with, but we can do a lot of the most common ones. The correlation of the results with the assessments that were given earlier in the year was actually very close, especially with students with autism. They have difficulty with some of these understandings, especially idioms and other forms of speech. They seem to think very literal. Everything is, don't have a cow. That sometimes they think that that's obviously the one he got right. The results from the previous assessments of the year did do very good, and they did correlate quite well with the previous year's assessments. And I think that's it.
I just thought that was a very interesting informal assessment for secondary students, so I think that was great. Thanks, Mr. Grimm.